You look much better than you think. The reason why you don't think you look good is because, first things first, you compare yourself. And who are you comparing yourself to? You're comparing yourself to all the people you see on social media. You have so much access to other people's lives. So now you get to know what someone in Timbuktu looks like, someone in Australia, someone in Japan, and you formulate this idea in your head of what you think good looking is. Maybe based on the society that you grew up in, good looking could be someone who has brown hazel eyes, or good looking could be someone who has really long hair, or good looking could be someone who has a big butt, big boobs, someone who is short, or someone who is tall, someone who is slim, or someone who is more on the heavier side. It depends on the culture that you're from. But regardless of all that, your society influences how you think. It influences what you think is attractive and what you think is unattractive. I'll give an example. I grew up in Jamaica, and I'm born and raised in Jamaica. Going to school, I always heard what the boys were talking about, what they considered attractive and what they liked in other girls, and I didn't have those things. So those things were these being big, this being big. These are the things that the boys liked. And so I grew up with this idea that this is what's attractive. It caused me to always have this self-conscious thing about myself, where because I didn't have these or this being big, I just felt like I wasn't attractive. I thought that skinny is unattractive. It wasn't until I got much older that I realized that actually skinny is quite attractive, because when you look at a lot of those old movies, or just movies overall, when you look at a lot of movies and a lot of entertainers and a lot of people out there who are notable or popular, they have a slim figure. And it's really just a certain subset of people who are into this. But there's also a large subset of people who are into this. And so I started to realize, actually, it isn't such a bad thing to be slim. As a matter of fact, I stopped looking at it as skinny, and instead I rephrased it to slim or slender. Because skinny, in my opinion, means that you're so slim that you just almost look like skin and bones in a sense, even though there's honestly nothing wrong with the word skinny. But at the same time, it's important that you rephrase how you look at things. And I definitely had to rephrase the way that I looked at things. One of the ways that I changed how I thought about what it meant to be attractive was to realize that every container has a lid. Every single container has a lid. So this container right here, there's something to cover it, right? It has a lid that's supposed to cover it, which means that every single person, every person has a person. And when I say every person has a person, I mean everybody has somebody that's gonna like them, that's gonna love them, that's gonna think they're attractive. So whether it is that you are slim or thick or short or tall or brown or black or white, there's somebody out there that's into you. There's somebody out there who likes you. There's somebody out there who you are their type. To them, you are attractive. There's somebody out there who loves slim women but doesn't like thick women. There's somebody out there who loves tall women but doesn't like short women, and vice versa. And when you think about it like that, you realize that it's okay to not be liked by everyone, right? Whether it is physically or non-physically. I'm gonna give you another analogy right now. This is a cup. And I'm sure you've heard this phrase before, that you won't be everybody's cup of tea. So whether that is physically or non-physically, you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. Some people are gonna be in love with the person that you are, and some people are not. And the people who are not, they're not your tribe. The people who do love this cup of tea, that is you, that's your tribe. And you should find as many ways to be around those people as possible. Because when you spend time around people who don't love you, who don't like you, who you're not their type, you're gonna constantly feel like you need to change. You're gonna constantly feel like you're not an attractive person. You're gonna constantly feel like you're not a good person, because the person or people who you're spending time with who are not your tribe are actually looking for something else. And if they're looking for something else and you're not that, you're just gonna feel inadequate. You're gonna feel like you don't match up. So find the people who you vibe with. Find the people who like your flavor of tea. And when you find those people, I promise you that you will feel so much better. You'd feel so much more appreciated, and you will feel less unattractive. Now here's another point of view. Those boys that I grew up around who liked big V's and big this, where did they learn that from? They probably learned it from this. Or they learned it from their parents. Or they learned it from other boys who learned from this. Because a lot of those same boys grow up to like the exact opposite of what they liked in primary school or prep school or whatever level. At the end of the day, it's about your character and not so much your looks. Now, when you realize this, you'll stop putting so much emphasis on your physical appearance. Don't get me wrong, it's important to look good, right? It's important for me to dress up and put myself together nicely and go to the gym and stay fit and eat well and take care of my skin. It's important for me to do those things, but I'm doing those things for me. I'm not doing it for anyone outside of myself. I'm doing it for me, because when I look into the mirror, I want to think to myself, damn, you look good. This has nothing to do with anybody else, right? But when you take care of yourself for you, other people realize that. You have this certain glow about you. You have a certain aura about you that make people realize, okay, this is a person who takes care of themselves. Beyond even that, it's about your character and not so much your looks. Energy is everything. The energy that you possess is what makes you attractive or unattractive. You could have a 10 out of 10 body and a stink personality, and you just be so unattractive to somebody who values a good personality. And you could have a 5 out of 10 body and a great personality, and somebody who values a great personality would choose you over the person who has a 10 out of 10 body. Because who cares about a 10 out of 10 body if you don't know how to talk to people? Who cares about a 10 out of 10 body if you don't love yourself, if you don't respect yourself, if you don't respect other people, if you don't know how to hold a conversation, if you don't know how to console somebody when they're sad, if you don't have no empathy? Who cares about a 10 out of 10 body? Who cares? I don't. I would take a great personality over a banging body any day as it relates to people, right? I like people who have great personalities, because furthermore, I'm not being your friend or your partner just because of the body that you have. It's because of your personality. So if your personality not ready, I don't care about the body. So focus more on energy. Whether it is that you're looking at someone else to whether or not you should be attracted to them, or whether or not somebody should be attracted to you, focus on your personality. You see, if you can hold a conversation, if you are not even somebody's type physically, they would probably still be into you in comparison to if you just can't hold a conversation. Because sometimes there are some non-physical traits that will make a person overlook the physical traits. And that's why the same boys that I grew up with in high school, a lot of them changed their type. So even though they might say, oh, well, me like this type of girl will look like this, that's not the girl they end up marrying or spending the rest of their life with, because them probably try that 1 and 2 times and realize, say, this ain't it. But then they try the other physical type and they're like, I think I can work with this, you know, somebody where I want to settle down with for the rest of your life. But at the end of the day, always remember, it's about your character and not so much your looks. If you are funny and you're good at holding conversations and you're inspiring and you're smart and you're creative, you're a full package. You're a full package as far as I'm concerned. Let's say you have like a 6 out of 10 face or like a 7 out of 10 face. I don't even know what that really looks like, right? I don't know what that looks like, because on another note, you decide what is attractive and you decide what is 5 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 and all of them something. Because one person 10 out of 10 might be another person 5 out of 10. One person's 2 out of 10 might be another person 10 out of 10. You get what I'm saying? So it's up to the person to decide what is beautiful. They always say that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. What that really means is that you get to decide what is beautiful. So if you look at something and think, oh, that's ugly, I could look at it and say, wow, that looks so artistic. And none of us would be wrong, because we all are allowed to think whatever we want to think, and we all have different brains and different mentalities, and therefore we think of things differently, and that's okay. But back to this, if you have all of these traits, you are already so attractive. You're already such an attractive person, whether you'd like to think it or not, despite how your body look or your face look. And the greatest thing is, if you don't like how your body looks, you can work on it. If you think that you're a little bit too big or too small, you can do something about that. As a matter of fact, the way or the modern world stay, you can go as far as doing a surgery to undo something that you don't like, or to get something done that you want. If you feel like you have too small B's, you can make them bigger. If you don't like how this looks, you can reshape it. No, I'm not saying that that's what you should do, but at the same time, I believe in allowing people to have autonomy and doing what they feel like is best for them. So at the end of the day, that's a decision that you would have to make for yourself. Nobody can make that decision for you. But if you don't like how your skin looks, you can employ skincare habits that will make your skin look better. You can drink more water. If you don't like how your body looks, whether you're too slim or you're too big, you can either gain weight or lose weight. There are ways to do both of those things. If you don't like how your outfits look, you can get some color therapy. Start to look into colors that match well together, that match with your skin. Start to think of ways that you can dress better. Start to think of ways that you can accessorize more. And just like that, you're already more attractive. They have this saying, or they've said this thing quite a number of times, where it's, you're not ugly, you're just broke. And while I don't like the word broke, I get exactly what they mean when they say this. You're not ugly, you're just broke. Because you ever realize, when people get money, they just start to look so much better. And why do they look so much better? Because they start to dress better, they start to eat better, they start to move better, they start to employ better lifestyle habits. And those lifestyle habits make them look better. So whether it is that they were never able to afford jewelry, now they can afford jewelry, so their outfits look better because they accessorize. Maybe before they couldn't afford to get a trainer, but now they can afford a trainer, so their body looks better. Maybe before they couldn't afford healthy food, but now they can, and so they look better physically, and their skin probably looks better too because they're eating healthier and more high quality foods. You get what I'm saying? So you're not ugly, you're just broke. You could actually have the base of a very beautiful person right now, but because you're not fix up yourself, you don't get to see that beauty. And that's another point that I want to make, right? I'm gonna erase all of this before I make that point there. The point is this: greater effort leads to bigger results. When you put effort into your appearance, you're gonna look so much better than if you don't, right? If you get up one day and you decide that you're not gonna do anything to your hair, you're not gonna brush your teeth, you're not gonna bathe, you're not gonna moisturize your skin, you're not gonna eat nothing, and you do that for all 1 month straight or for your whole life, or you're just gonna eat minimal or beyond the amount of proteins, less than the amount of proteins you're supposed to consume, what's gonna happen to you? That's gonna start to show on your body. If you don't take care of your hair, it's gonna show. You're gonna have shabby hair. If you don't take care of your skin, you're gonna have spotty skin, or skin with dry or oily. If you don't take care of your nutrition, your body are gonna start either gets too skinny or too fat. If you don't take the time out to do the things that are gonna make you look beautiful, you will not get the results that lead to that beauty. You will not get the results that you want, right? So sometimes it's a matter of you putting in effort. You have to take care of yourself. So if you don't like how you look right now, you can look better, but it's your responsibility. You would have to be the one to help yourself look better. You have to take care of yourself if you want to look good, right? So it's the same way how if you want to be wearing the best shoes, you can't just sit and wait for the shoes to fall into your lap. No, you're gonna have to go to the store to buy the shoes. And then after you go to the store to buy the shoes, you're gonna have to style an outfit to wear the shoes with. And there are ways to learn these things, right? You can go on Pinterest, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Instagram, and you can go on TikTok. These are all places that you can go to find style inspiration. As a matter of fact, you can find information on these places as well on how to be more attractive. You can literally search anything on the internet. You can type in how to be more attractive and you will get search results, because the struggle that you're having of feeling that you're not attractive is not a unique struggle. There are other people who experience the same exact thing as you. And as a result, there's someone out there, several people out there who make content on this topic. I'm making content on this topic right now because I know this is something that people struggle with. I've struggled with it. And this is the mind frame and the mindset shift that I had to go through in order to deal with that, right? To get myself to a point now where at this point, nobody can tell me something to look good. Nobody can tell me that I'm unattractive because I'm so self-assured about my own attractiveness that if you look at me and tell me that I'm unattractive, I know that you're a hater, right? And that's another thing too. You really have to be so rooted in self-referral. You have to be self-assured. Self-assurance is important. And here's a good way to assure yourself of your attractiveness. Affirmations. And I'm gonna write some of the affirmations that have helped me, right? So I am attractive. Obviously, that's at the top of the list, but let's bring it a step further. I am attractive and other people think the same. And because you have to reframe or shift your identity in order to change your life, another affirmation is I am a stylish person. You could even say I am a healthy person. You could even go as far as saying I am a kind person, because remember, kindness is an attractive trait. Another one, I am a warm person, because people can sense your warmth so easily. Warmth is a thing that is easy to sense just by having a conversation with a person. You can tell whether they're a warm person or not. And if you're warm, people want to spend time around you, right? Another thing is, I am a loving person, because if you're loving, you're already so attractive just because you're loving. And people like loving people, right? And when you shift your identity like this, you will get to a point where it's so difficult for you to see yourself as unattractive anymore. It's gonna be difficult for you to see yourself as unattractive because all of this, when you realize that your energy speaks louder than how you look on the surface, none of the societal standards of what is gorgeous and what is sexy doesn't really faze you anymore, because you have come up with your own definition of what it means to be attractive. But then here's another line of thinking, right? I hope you guys actually took a picture of this or screenshot this so that you would have it and you could read these affirmations over and over to yourself. But another line of thinking is the fact that you have to create a new idea of what it means to be attractive. You have to come up with that idea for yourself, what it means to be attractive, and stay rooted in that. Another thing I need you to stop doing is comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself to strangers, and also stop comparing yourself to people, period. The thing about it is, you're looking at somebody on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, you look at them and you think, oh, that person is so attractive, oh, they're so this or they're so that, or whatever word they want to use to describe them. But you don't know that behind closed doors, they have insecurities too. And sometimes they have worse insecurities than you. Sometimes you look at a beautiful woman and you think, oh, she must have it so easy in her life. But actually, being a beautiful woman is not always a good thing. Because when you're a beautiful woman, you're a predator for men. Men always want to talk to you. You can never go anywhere in peace unless you're walking with another man. Because if you're walking with another woman and let's say she attractive too, you're still gonna be prey. Because men want to talk to you. And then girls envy you. Because you're good looking, they feel like you're gonna steal the competition away from them, or you're gonna steal the attention of other men away from them. So they tend to feel threatened by you. So being a beautiful woman is not always nice. They talk about pretty privilege, but pretty privilege is not nice all the time, right? Because if you stand up somewhere, right, you're in a bank and somebody starts serve you just because you prettier, the other woman them are gonna look on you and say, how you do that for she, but you don't do that for me? And then right there you become the object of hate. So stop comparing yourself to strangers, because you don't know what those strangers have to be dealing with. You don't know how insecure they might be. And even the most beautiful women have insecurities. You could look at a woman and think, oh, she's pretty, she's sexy, she's smart, she's this, she's that, but you don't know, say underneath all of that, she still sit down at some point in time and insecure about something we have to do with our body. And sometimes it's the most minute thing. This might be my final point, and it is the fact that people see you differently than how you see yourself. People see you differently than how you see yourself. You are so hard on yourself, right? You are hard on yourself. So when you look into the mirror, you're looking and judging very harshly, because you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I have this pimple on my face, right? I have a few dark spots on my face right now, and I've been tripping about them because I don't usually have dark spots on my face. But still, if I go out there right now and I'm talking to somebody, they're not looking at the dark spots on my face. They're looking at my face. They're looking at my eyes. They're looking at my aura. They're looking at how I'm dressed. But I'm here tripping about the few dark spots on my face. And every time I do it, I try to catch myself, especially like how I have a daughter now who is gonna have to learn from me, who I'm gonna be a role model for. I have to make sure that I am not over exaggerating these things that are barely important, right? So you're hard on yourself, and people see you differently than how you see yourself. So you might look at yourself and think, I need to gain some weight. I need to lose some weight. I need to dress better. I need to this, I need to that. And meanwhile, all of those things can be true. Guess what? People are not looking at you like that. And sometimes they will, but at the same time, they're not gonna stop and say something to you. They're not gonna make an internet broadcast about it. They're not gonna make a YouTube video about it, which means that you can move on, right? You can move on. If you have a bad day or you don't look good right now, nobody's gonna sit and fixate on it. They're not gonna come to you and say, oh my gosh, you look horrible. They're not gonna go over to a group of people and be like, oh, let's talk about her because she doesn't look good right now. Nobody's gonna do that, which means that life goes on. Which means that if you're self-aware enough and you realize that about yourself, you can work on it. And when you work on it, you're going to look better and feel better. I remember I had to make a shift in my life where I told myself that every time I go on the road, every time I get dressed, I'm gonna make sure that if my worst enemy sees me today, I still look amazing, right? That's the decision I made to myself. And when I made that decision, I never stepped out of the house looking a certain way ever again. It was my duty to look nice anytime I get dressed, because I don't know who I'm gonna see today. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think like that anymore, because I don't care about who I'm gonna see. I'm doing this for myself. It has become so much a way of life for me that at this point, I don't even think about who is gonna see me anymore. I just made it a standard for myself to always dress a certain way, to always look a certain way whenever I'm going out there. Especially since I'm a fashion designer, I make clothes. So I told myself the way that I dress should represent the brand that I have. If when people look at me, they should feel inspired to buy from me. They should feel like I need to get that bag, I need to get that outfit because look at how good she looks. Stop being hard on yourself. You don't deserve it. If you're gonna be anything to yourself, you might as well be your own best friend rather than your own worst enemy. Be your own best friend and build yourself up. When you look into the mirror, tell yourself you look good, and if you don't like how your outfit look, go change that outfit. If you don't like how your face look, do something to make your face look better. But the point I will leave you with is this: people see you differently than how you see yourself. When people look at you, they're not looking at you with the same scrutiny that you look at yourself. They're not thinking of the flaws that you might have. They're not thinking about the one hair that might be sticking out of your face. They're not thinking about any of those things. Instead, they're looking at you for you. They're looking at you like this. But you're looking at yourself with the mirror all the way up like this. So you're just like, oh, I have this pimple. Nobody's looking at you like that. But go out there and feel better about yourself, you know?